Guys, you made our logo an anus.
Not again.
Show him what he's won, Johnny. This magnificent clock.
I've never been this scared of a clock before.
Best boy, Orson Welles.
Firm, slippery grip, Orson Welles.
How many Orson Welles does this fucking thing have?
How many credits do you need for They Wrote It?
Look at how sassy that devil statue looks.
You know, directions, like, take a left at Main and right on Broadway. Ooh, got a lot of dick pics to deliver today.
It's pre-smartphone, John.
Leave the cell door open. That's all there is to it. Let him escape.
You're new to prisons, huh?
It might entail the most embarrassing repercussions.
Exactement.
Certainly.
It's the responsibility of the first magnitude.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson, but you must...
Now listen, Frenchie, I'm American, so I'm in charge.
I'm sick of words. Hang the repercussions and the responsibility. If I fail, I'm responsible.
Off the
Leave
hook.
the cell door open. Let him escape. Let him. It's our only chance.
Monsieur.
Well, you can threaten me with the bottom pits of hell, and still I insist.
How do you feel about the
This obscenity
top
must be
pits?
destroyed. Do you hear me? Destroyed.
Meanwhile, on boat.
Gosh, I wish I would have packed more than just my shadow.
All passengers ready to disembark.
I'm traveling for my health. I'm traveling for my health.
Tengan listos sus pasaportes.
That's not how the pipe broke.
Get your passports ready.
I'm traveling for my health.
If you say so, buddy, just back up.
Put your pants on, no one has to get hurt. Oh, thank God. Solid land. I made it off that damn Carnival cruise.
Wait, is that a mannequin?
I don't understand.
Your business in this country, senora.
I'm joining my husband.
I'm joining her husband, too.
Stefan Polaski.
You take care of him, too, senor. Your business in this country, senor. I'm traveling for my health.
Traveling for your health, huh? Let's get you to the long rubber glove booth.
For my health. Oh. You are a native of what country? Holland. Oh, Holland.
Dude, there are people down there.
Trata permanece. Next, please. ¿Para qué vino usted a este país, señor?
All right, just keep clinching for another 10 yards. We got this.
¿Qué pasó?
Yo lo voy a seguir a pie, tú vete en el carro.
Where'd her nose go?
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Cool.
God.
My shoes are made out of bubble wrap.
This is the strangest movie theater floor I've ever walked on.
Hotel Nacional, 7702.
The clock book and the old clock book. Wow, he has all the sources.
Hello? Yes. You haven't lost him. You're sure you know where he's going? My wife is following him. He's gone to the photographer's.
Your voice sounds like your silhouette is super cut out.
Instructions. Hold it.
Okay, let's do a silly one.
I wish to know the whereabouts of Franz Kindler.
Oh God, he's escaping the camera.
There is no Franz Kindler. Franz Kindler is dead and cremated.
We spread his ashes at Disneyland.
They don't allow that!
He said he wanted to be somewhere a Nazi could be happy.
From the old
Oh, well, yeah, that's Disneyland, all right.
No Jews there.
If Walt had anything to say about it.
and you in the name of that authority.
Listen, guy, you're just at the Kmart picture station. Calm down.
I mean, I just took a pic of you in front of a fake Niagara Falls. I don't have a lot of pull.
The name he is using?
Let me flip back to the boudoir photography section. Thank you. I shall coat this with my seed.
Yeah, I figured.
You look like the sort.
Connecticut. In the United States. The town of Harper.
Bum, bum, bum. Hey, it's like in that dang there postcard thingy. In a bustling, sexist, racist America, we meet our protagonist.
Harper! Oh.
The pipe. The pipe wants me back.
Excuse me.
The broken pipe identifier means that we don't have to remember his face.
That's clever directing, because that's a very forgettable face. What were we talking about?
I don't know, Potato Man?
Potatoes, yes. Cut them up, mash them, boil them in a stew.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Have a nice trip? Yes, thank you. Quite a story you have here, Mr. Potter. That's me. We sell about everything here.
In the 1940s, you had to shake books open to read them.
It was like a reverse Etch-a-Sketch. Emmett Brown. Dr. Emmett Brown, please be alive. Please be alive.
This suitcase, I could leave it here?
Only if you want me to steal what's in it.
No responsibility. Just put it up on the shelf. It'll be there when you want it. I'll buy this magazine. That'll be in time, mister. What's the best hotel in town?
Well, that'd be the brothel. They got the fattest hookers. If you want a slightly slimmed down hooker, there's the brothel on the other side of the street.
That's Meth Town.
Don't go into Meth Town after dark. Or before dark. Anytime.
Ever, really.
One time I saw them strip a missionary down for parts like he was a car. They left him propped up on bricks. For once in your life, try not to act like a Nazi. Kyle, shit! This is Bob Johnson from News 11. We're joining in progress the lowest speed chase that's ever happened.
Oh no, that axe is locked up by 2 screws.
So this isn't one of the escaping Nazi scientists, I guess.
Maybe he's like, a microbiologist, not a screwologist.
Okay, he can't notice me. Creak! 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 Creak!
What the hell? I don't even...
Even he's thinking, how the hell did that work?
Dealing with a Class A assassin right here.
I killed him with a metal ring.
Hold on. It gets better. It was on a rope.
Hello, I worry you may have seen the murder I committed.
I may come in?
Yes, of course.
You're not a Nazi, are you?
Die Heil. Shit!
Don't follow him. Call 911. My goodness.
Yes, he does, but he isn't.
Or this is America. Just get your gun out and shoot him in the back.
Yes, in a few minutes.
America does have its fringe benefits.
A few minutes.
You know, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the phrase shoot him in the back does appear in our national anthem.
I may... I may wait here.
Well, yes, if you like. Would you like to sit down?
I believe I'm supposed to ask you if you'd like to sit down on this.
What a gentleman.
Mr. Rankin?
Yes, thank you.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Mr. Rankin ought to be here now. Sometimes he stays after his last class, but he'll be coming straight here today, I'm sure. Because this is our wedding day.
This time for sure.
Yes.
You know, he's stood me up the last 12 times, but
Most uncomfortable
today for sure.
being here today, but I wanted to get these curtains up.
Yes, curtains. Right.
When he comes, which way does he come?
Well, it usually comes on his stomach or sometimes in my face.
It's the big dome building right over there, you see?
I shall meet him.
Well, who shall I say that
Oh my god, he shat in that seat. No wonder he was in such a rush to enter and leave.
Franz. It's I, Franz. Meineke, we mustn't be seen talking together. Go back to the church, into the woods, you understand?
Hey, it's me, your buddy from the war. Remember the war we were in together? We were both Nazis. Remember?
Hello, man. What are you up to?
Paper chase.
Oh, paper chase?
I go ahead and lay the trail. You ought to have Jerry's job, Mr. Rankin, and take a little off that waistline.
No, you ought to go with us, Mr. Rankin.
Where to?
The
Hiya,
woods.
Blondie.
Oh, buzzard.
The woods? Well, I'd
Let me give you a hot tip, kids. This is going to help fill some of your spare time. Masturbation.
Oh, we'll catch up with
You'll find it much more diverting than chasing paper scraps in the woods. What even is that? Littering! It doesn't matter. Future generations will have to deal with it.
Hey, look, a Nazi jostle hug.
I thought I had been hanged. The others, but not I. A dead man could not stand face to face with you, friends.
So, you want to kiss a little first, or what are we doing?
Changed. You're back in your old uniform? Look very much the same. Franz, I am a different man than before.
Yeah, boys!
I too am different, Conrad. You know how I gathered and destroyed every single item in Germany and Poland that might have served as a clue to my identity. Well, guess what I'll be doing at 6 o'clock tonight?
Taking a big dump.
Standing before a minister of the gospel with a woman's hand in mine.
Right in the middle of my marriage.
Right on the altar.
The girls.
It's to assert dominance, my friend.
Yes, the camouflage is perfect. Who would think to look for the notorious Franz Kindler in the sacred precincts of the Harper School, surrounded by the sons of America's first families?
Well, you know, more people are going to think to do that when you keep announcing it loudly.
The day when we strike again.
Franz, there will be another war?
Of course.
You're familiar with humanity, right?
War is an abomination, save the Lord. It is to tell you this that I am here. He set me free that I might come here and tell.
Who set you
these
free?
things to you. The all highest.
You don't mean?
I mean God.
Mwah.
And climax.
Franz, I'm a new man since I found you.
You, Conrad, religious.
Franz, all doors were open to me. All doors. It was one of God's miracles.
Is that a nerd's rope in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
they freed you so you'd lead them to me. Have you been followed?
There was a whole conga line of investigators.
Yes. Who followed you?
The evil one.
And that guy looks homeless from like the eyebrows up.
Dressed like any other man. He even smoked a pipe. But I recognized him through his disguise. And I killed him. Striking from on high down.
Weren't you the guy who was just saying war is an abomination?
Be done.
You killed him, the man with the pipe? The man who followed you? No one else followed you?
Docking complete.
Oh God, don't turn.
You must be brought to salvation, Franz. Confess your sins as I have.
Yeah, I'll get right on that, bruh.
Only thus you can attain salvation.
Oh, wait, he's trying to be a good person after being a Nazi.
No. You get in the hole with the rest of them.
Kneel by me, friends, and together we will pray to him to give you strength.
God, we are kneeling in a bush.
And
God, please guide us so that we may kneel and pray in a bush that is less thorny and less on top of a bunch of anthills.
words after me. I despair of my sins.
Normally when I take a leak behind a bush, I try to point my penis in the opposite direction of the person next to me.
And usually, no, every time, it's not a team sport.
And it's not a touching bit.
See, this is just all wrong. I don't even have time to point out every error you've made.
For a comprehensive breakdown on how to piss in the bush, please visit John and Brandon at theriffraff.com/piss/bush. My only weakness.
Well, I covered him with 20 small leaves. That ought to do it.
And he didn't think this one out at all. He did this in the middle of a community event with a trail that literally leads to the dead body.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Is he collecting leaves? Is he making a diorama? Wow, there's more boys than when they started.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
I'm going to be late for the wedding. I'm the best man. Oh, how many boys' basketball teams did I eat?
And forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live.
Sure, whatever. I got stuff to do in the woods. Get a move on.
Mary, wilt thou have this man for thy wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony?
What is this guy's expression here?
Thou love him, comfort him.
I want to kill that pastor.
I was thinking holding in some diarrhea.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
He was filled with bloodlust and watery shit. Thank God Ernest Borgnine survived.
Wedding?
Yep. Judge Longstreet's daughter. He's Supreme Court Justice, you know.
Bottle of aspirin, please.
Right back there, third shelf down the top.
Well, I'm not going to pay for it if you're going to act like this.
Get it yourself, mister. Right back there. All your needs are on our shelves.
All right, but I really don't see any Taiwanese man girls.
Right in there. Right this one. That's it.
It's the one that says ass. Yeah, there we go, dum-dum.
You figure it out, Mr. Super Detective?
Some coffee too, please. Or should I get it myself?
Cafeteria style around here, mister.
That's right.
How does this guy have such booming business?
Yes, that's $3 even, Mr. Todd.
Hey, while you're back there, you want to give me a back rub?
No limit on the cream.
But all the people around here take it black.
Also, table 2 has ordered a sandwich with some apple pie. Could you get on that?
The one on the right, mister.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, what's the one on the left?
It's piping hot Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
School.
A stranger in town.
I issued the license.
Oh.
Yep. I'm town clerk.
We made another out-of-towner fill up his coffee cup out of the septic tank. Woo!
Checkers.
All right. Town clerk, huh?
Yep.
Well, that must be quite a responsibility.
Oh, town clerk runs the town, you might say. Yeah. We usually make it for 15, 20.
My eyes are up here, mister.
We often play as high as 25 cents the game.
Well, that's kind of stiff for me, but I'll take a flyer. Make a million, lose a million.
That's the way it goes.
Now I'm ready.
I move.
Yeah, this way he's not gonna be able to read his checker face.
Well, you must know just about everybody in town here.
Not just about. Know everybody. You're on business?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
John, when did hard-boiled eggs learn to play chess?
No.
John, when did hard-boiled eggs learn to play checkers?
There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
John, when did hard-boiled eggs learn to play Stratego?
Fuck you.
Oh.
John, when did hard-boiled eggs learn to play Monopoly?
John, when did I become so fucking retarded?
No good, though. No,
John, when did hard-boiled eggs learn to play dodgeball?
Happen to know there are any other out-of-town buyers here?
Such a tragic face.
Come to think of it, there's a fella come in this morning.
Yeah?
Came on the same bus with you.
You know, the short one.
Left his suitcase here, never did come back for it. He might have been one of them.
Checkmate.
No, he was more of the missionary type.
Boring. Vanilla. Not a fan of the jackhammer.
Tiny little fella he was. Thinnish. Unfortunate looking.
Come to think of it, he might have been a pencil.
No,
Yeah.
serious.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's not at all how checkers works. Your pieces aren't even in squares.
Uno.
25 cents, please.
And go bust table 4 already. Jesus.
I won't pretend I'm not disappointed,
Hello,
Jeff.
Father. Has anybody seen my brand new husband?
He said something like he was going out in the middle of the night into the woods to conceal a body that he killed earlier, and also he's a Nazi. He was pretty vague. Typical night of your wedding stuff. He should get a picture to put in the album. Aww.
How did you even... That should do it. Spend the time burying an entire body and decides to half-ass the hat.
I've looked everywhere for him, Mary, and I can't find him.
Well, I wonder where he could be. I'm getting worried.
Are you, darling? What about?
Charles, you've changed.
He changed into his nightwear.
Let me slip into something more comfortable. Another 3-piece suit.
Give me 5 minutes.
It is fun to make a hit list by just going through the telephone book and picking at random. Either I'm in the Twilight Zone, or I'm having a stroke.
Either way, I'm getting off work tonight.
Woo, party! Now excuse me, Mr. Clock Tower Keeper, I need to know what time it is.
God, are you drunk again?
Was that you working up there on the clock?
And he's immediately plastered with a payload of pigeon crap.
One I can see out front. Beautiful. Yes. My name's Wilson.
Thanks, my name's Boy, handsome boy. My character traits are swept to the side hair and sweater.
It was late 16th century, probably by Hobrecht of Strasbourg. The clock.
Well, I wouldn't know. My brother-in-law's going to work on it.
Is he up there now?
Bobby, is he gone? Shut up, Tim.
Plans to work on it when he gets back.
Gary, Richard, Brenda, Sue, Jim, good work. Thanks!
Really?
Also, good job, Sparky. The trading's really paid off. Bark, bark!
Honeymoon?
It's all about positive reinforcement and treats.
He has to be back on Friday because of the examinations. He's one of the teachers at the school. His name is Rankin.
When I was young, I was hit by a bolt of lightning, and it's why I can't open my mouth any more than this.
It's nice to be able to show it to someone who knows what Revere Silver's all about.
That is the fanciest neti pot I've ever seen.
Oh, yes, pewter. The Revere workmanship, although sometimes heavy in design, almost shows the sign of a master craftsman. It's beautiful.
So the detective is kind of multitasking. He's here to track down a Nazi, sure, whatever, but also to assess antiques?
How do you do, Mr. Wilson? Son-in-law Charles Rankin. How do you do? How do you do? I hope you don't mind my intruding on your homecoming.
Good evening, Mary.
Jeff, how are you?
Fine. You're looking good.
Welcome home.
Fine, whatever.
Sarah. Sarah, you sweet thing.
If you don't sit down, it'll get cold.
What, that sweet hot ass?
Damn, that thing's gonna keep sizzling into her 50s at least.
Mr. Wilson.
That ass is gonna keep burning long after she lives, like the eternal flame at the grave of the unknown soldier.
He's absolutely wonderful.
The sun's gonna burn out before that thing does.
Do you remember to keep your knees together and your apparatus in?
Yes.
Also, congratulations on your marriage.
Mr. Wilson here is compiling a catalog of Paul Revere silver.
How nice.
Mr. Wilson is also an authority on clocks.
Oh, really? That's Charles' hobby, too.
Yes.
No, Cox.
I understand you're going to fix the one in the church tower.
Well, I may try.
Take a roll now.
Show the kind of a wife I am. I hope he fails. I like Harper just the way it is, even to the clock that doesn't run.
Why didn't they miss that guy's forehead? It's really like Drilla in the sweatiness.
Friday, a week ago.
Well, you lost today. I patched you up on Friday. By the way, how's the head?
Otherwise, how's the injury doing? And the camera cuts back to him and he's face down in his bowl of soup.
Yes, that's right. Wednesday I left Bangor.
Look at how sadly everyone's eating this soup.
You were hurt, Mr. Wilson?
Oh, nothing serious.
Look, that guy's even shaking.
There's a bump on his head the size of a billiard ball.
The usual door. It's a good thing you're back, sister. That dog of yours has been inconsolable.
The dog doesn't even want it.
All right, Red, wait a minute. Here you are.
You're killing your guests.
Yeah, it's a good boy.
I have to stop you, Roof. Woo!
They're just being polite. Please. No more deaths in this household. Bark, bark.
I think he's full of...
The soup is so bad that they're all having their own independent existential crises.
What is life? Is there a point? A soup like this, could there even be a god?
Underground meeting places, pagan rituals.
Do you believe him, Paul?
Well, anything's possible.
I'm sorry, sir, but I think it's ridiculous.
I'm fitting in. I'm part of the conversation.
Right mind can still have a taste for war.
Do you know Germany, Mr. Rankin?
What?
I'm sorry, I have a way of making enemies when I'm on that subject.
Let me show you my giant chest tattoo.
Well, we
consider it the objective opinion of an objective historian.
John, how would you describe his chin? I don't know if nutsacky is a word.
Sees himself as the innocent victim of world envy and hatred conspired against, set upon by inferior peoples, inferior nations.
Look at the look of regret in his new wife's eyes.
Not the German. We chose to ignore Ethiopia and Spain, but we learned from our casualty list the price of looking the other way. Men of truth everywhere have come to know for whom the bell tolled.
I mean, I heard that Metallica song, but it didn't really resolve the question.
Gods. Marching to Wagnerian strains, his eyes still fixed upon the fiery sword of Siegfried. And in those subterranean meeting places that you don't believe in, the German's dream world comes alive, and he takes his place in shining armor beneath the banners of the Teutonic Knights.
The Teutonic Knights?
The Messiah.
You get it, Brandon? Like a toot?
Yeah, fuck me, I get ya.
Tooty tooty toot.
Another Hitler.
Well, then you have no faith in the reforms that are being effected in Germany.
I don't know, Mr. Wilson.
Let me give you some literature. I have a brochure that you'd be really interested in.
Got like 10 copies of Mein Kampf upstairs.
You want the regular, or do you want the illustrated, or are you a centerfold guy? Yeah, you're a centerfold guy. Come on, come on.
In German.
Look, I've got an extended cut, but that's mine. You can borrow it, but I expect it back in pristine condition.
No spunk. And I'll know which spunk stains are mine and which aren't.
Well, so once again, I differ.
Well, what is it then?
Annihilation. Down to the last babe in arms.
Oh, that doesn't sound like much of a solution.
Charles, I can't imagine you're advocating a Carthaginian peace.
Oh, I could go for a Carthaginian piece right now.
The world hasn't had much trouble from Carthage in the past 2,000 years.
Well, there speaks our pedagogue.
Speaking of teachers, Mr. Wilson.
Yes, yeah.
The faculty is coming for tea next Tuesday. If you have nothing better to do, would you like to join us?
Better to do. Let me think. Well, I could kick myself in the nuts, but I could purchase a wiffle ball bat.
And just wiffle ball bat myself in the nuts. But if I get bored of that, maybe I'll come by.
Extraordinary, isn't it? Clocks being Mr. Wilson's hobby, too.
Yes, isn't it?
Well, Red, how do you like your new house?
He loves it. Come here, Red. I think I'll take you for a walk. Come here, boy.
Jesus. Help me!
I need the walk. I'm restless.
All right, during casting, we need to find someone that is okay with abusing dogs.
That's good. How are you coming along?
I'll be in Washington tomorrow afternoon. You were right about Rankin. He's above suspicion.
Oh, God, he's digging him up. Bad lassie.
Don't go that way. You're walking into Silent Hill.
Oh, no. Keep going that way. That sounds like a more interesting twist.
Oh, look, it's day and night. Okay, good. Still dead.
Here, Red.
He came all this way, and he didn't try to bury him better?
Come here.
He's being foiled by a dog.
Whoop up. My dog abuse sense is tingling.
Is a Nazi close?
Strap on the strap on from 7. The hunt is on.
You done with the paint job? American flag down the whole thing? Excellent.
This one's for you, Uncle Sam.
How many dogs are we going to see be beat to death in public domain movies?
Well, who but a Nazi would deny that Karl Marx was a German because he was a Jew? I think I'll stick around for a while.
Plus, they have the cutest pajama shop here. I go to bed feeling like $1,000,000, which is nice because I look like a nickel. Hello, my new beautiful bride. I just killed a dog in the woods. Do you love me now?
I can only get so wet, babe.
I've got some goo I want to put in you.
What is it, dear?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was dreaming.
It's you. Nazi-loving dog beating you.
What little man?
Oh, you know, dear, I told you about him. He came here the day we were married. Light me a cigarette, would you? No, I've never had a dream like that before. It frightened me. Thanks.
Oh, you were also an aficionado of angel dust.
The little man was
Nothing better to calm your nerves after a horrible nightmare.
across a deserted city square. Wherever he moved, he threw a shadow. But when he moved away, Charles, the shadow stayed there behind him and spread out just like a carpet.
Bats!
Wish you could think who he might have been.
You're overtired.
Well, you did wake me up in the middle of the night.
Here, dear, put this out, will you?
Sure, let me see your face.
What was that?
That sounds like a dog stuck in the grill of a car.
Well, that sounded like Red, Charles. What in the world's the matter with him?
I put him in the cellar.
Darling, no wonder he's howling. He's never been locked up in his entire
Why
life.
does her silhouette look like more of a person than she does?
At night he will sleep in the cellar. In the daytime he be kept on a leash.
At night, he will sleep in the box of pain.
And in the day, he will be awake in the box of pain.
Red's my dog.
And actually, now that I mention it, the same rules apply to you.
I know it's best.
This is exactly the reason why you date someone for a while before you marry them. Find out how they feel about dogs. Find out if they're a Nazi. You know what? If he's let slip that he's a Nazi on day 2 of their marriage, I wonder what darker secrets lay in store for her.
Here is a suit that I'm constructing out of human flesh.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Also, I have the second coming of Christ locked in the basement.
Sure, why not?
Fishing any good in these parts?
Pretty fair. Would you like to come along?
I'm afraid I've got the wrong clothes on, but the fish probably won't mind. Thank you.
Marie!
I'm just not lucky today, that's all.
So what's the deal, kid? You only have one set of clothes?
Thank you. All your folks like fishing?
Oh, my dad's great. He always brings in something.
Yeah, it's weird when the molestee gives the molester candy. I don't think I've ever said molestee before.
Congratulations, you're on a list.
He spends most of his time on the clock, you know.
Why don't you like him, Noah?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't like your brother-in-law. It's none of my business, but I wish you'd tell me why.
The Nazi stuff. Like, obviously? You were there.
I don't know any reason why I shouldn't.
Don't tell me I'm butting in because I know I am.
Is that wrapper glued to that candy bar?
That's how you know it's good.
I hate bringing you into this, Noah, but you're the only one I can turn to.
I've been hurt before, but I think I can love again.
Well, what is it?
Your sister may be in great trouble. I know that you're man enough for what I'm going to ask you to do for her.
I need you to build an ark.
Not really an antique dealer. I'm sort of a detective.
Not licensed or anything.
More of a creep. Unpaid creep.
/ under the table black market orthodontist. Zip. And he winds up for the bat.
Boom! Cavity out!
Well, I should be able to. Unless Charles realizes what I'm doing.
I'll keep him busy.
The Nazi, his name is Charles, and I don't know why, but I just have a hard time imagining a Nazi named Chuck.
Gee, Mr. Wilson, you must be wrong. Mary wouldn't fall in love with that kind of a man.
I hope I am wrong, Noah, but that's the way it is. People can't help who they fall in love with.
My goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you say that I have harrowing burps.
Yours are always like,
Would you like to describe your last one?
Mr. Wilson?
Triumphant.
Yep, bad time to drink. Oh, crap. Right up the nose.
Settling into lung.
Fuck! Give me a second!
Here you and Professor Ankton aim to fix the clock.
That's right.
Look at those pieces. Like, half of them aren't in squares.
Figured to tell time rightly?
Mm-hmm.
And will the angel circle around the belfry?
Jenga.
Is that a man or a woman angel, Mr. Wilson?
I don't know.
Either way, I'm hard.
Oh, I know, mister. The desk is off tilt.
Well, reckon don't make much of difference amongst angels.
Well.
Woo! Another thrilling game of I always win, pay me.
No. We'll play it out.
I'm a pro. You can't beat a man who wears his pants up to his nipples.
Oh, by the way, did Mr. Rankin pick up his supper this evening?
No. He generally gets through up there about now.
I have never seen so many spiders on a ceiling.
It's hypnotic.
My God, they're forming themselves to spell a message out to me.
FATMANSCXUS. What?
Words I can't read. Barn cock Perry.
I see you've noticed my box of barn cock.
Our little man never did pick up his suitcase, did he?
Nope.
Strange.
Ain't it, though? I've been tempted once or twice to look and see what's inside it.
So you fuck spiders, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Seems to me that under the circumstances that you have a perfect right.
You do? Well, I wouldn't want to do it without a witness.
Oh, that's me.
It is? Well, that's all I wanted to know. I'm trying to look in that thing to see what's in there. Wonder what's in it.
Dry-aged penis.
Soil linen. Sweater. Soap and a razor wrapped in a towel with SS Cristobal written across it. Pair of old shoes.
Yeah.
And a butt ton of swastikas. What was that?
Nothing but religious pamphlets.
Yep, that's all.
Evening, Mr. Potter.
Oh.
Oh, hello, Mr. Wilson.
Potter? Mr. Wilson, hi.
You, Mr. Rankin.
He was drinking.
Mr. Potter and I have been poking our noses into somebody else's business. That suitcase. Some chap left it here and he never did call back.
That's been more than 2 weeks ago.
Did he say what he was doing in Harper?
Holy crap, I didn't know he could stand.
Didn't telephone. Kind of funny looking he was. A scrawny little feller with big starry blue eyes. Had a queer walk. Like any second he might break into a run.
Did he have a foreign accent?
Why, yes, he did.
Jeez, right in the puss.
I've always dreamt of being fisted at the soda fountain.
Mrs. Rankin?
Why, no. I was just trying to complete your mystery for you. Don't all foreign strangers have to have a foreign accent?
You all can see this. Why aren't you getting help?
Mary, have you seen...
He's all the way in, up to the knuckles.
Not since I took him home to you a couple of days.
We know, and God bless you, ma'am.
And he doesn't even come home for his meals.
But you told me he never ran away.
He never did.
No, that's why Noah's so anxious.
Come on, Mary.
Good night, Mr. Wilson.
Good night.
You guys ever want to give me any other big breaks in my case? That'd be just fine.
Did that clock tower get bigger?
I need to stop by the store for another 20-pack of pipes.
Were you able to find out anything?
Haneke did go to Rankin's house, and your sister did see him.
Did Mary say so?
She started to.
Noah, if it wasn't for those banging buns.
But she must find out the kind of man she's married to.
You don't know Mary. She wouldn't listen to anything against him, much less believe.
Noah, we must arrange it so that she finds out for herself. You understand?
No.
One thing certain, she knows nothing now. Nothing.
Oh, yeah, she definitely knows nothing.
Except that he didn't want her to admit having seen someone she did see. I'd give something to know what explanation he's making right now.
Aliens!
Student in Geneva. There was a girl.
I'm also a Nazi.
The night before I was to leave.
Wait.
We went out on the lake together.
Rewind.
Not a Nazi.
That's it.
Unless I promised to marry her, she'd never return to shore. Well, I thought she was joking. Naturally, but she wasn't.
Sorry, that looks like an ass fister face.
You know the type.
I don't want to talk about it.
I dived in after her, but it was too late. She was gone. Only one person knew we were on the lake together. Her brother. He knew I hadn't murdered her, but he told me he'd be willing to call it an accident for compensation.
Oh no, you didn't have me meet you in this abandoned church because it was good news, did you?
I allowed myself to believe that the dead past really was dead.
And that's why I scream bloody hell every time I take a dump.
He appeared again. Her brother. The little man. I gave him all the money I had in the world.
Plus some money I had off-world.
And he went away again.
Darling, you should have told me. And not carried this awful thing around by yourself.
Why is it that they are darker now that they're standing in the light? Nom 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 nom. Ooh.
Oh, Charles. Why didn't he go back for his things?
Oh, something about my excuse being flimsy. You want to go to McDonald's?
I suppose once he had money.
Oh, you silver-tongued devil.
I'll get you a 20-pack of chicken McNuggies.
Clock.
Extra ranch dippy sauce?
I can hear you getting wet for those nuggies.
Gonna do things with those nuggies that no man has ever done to another woman.
You gon' get nugged, bitch.
There's no need for that.
You're gonna feel the Mickey D.
You hear that, McDonald's? Call us. Hook us up with those sponsorship bucks. And we'll do more jokes about your food being jammed into orifices.
I love you.
Finally, some peace and quiet so I can masturbate in the church.
Poor old Red. He heard my whistle, I'll bet. He couldn't bark or anything. He just crawled this far and died. Why do you think he died?
Felt like it.
Let's go and find out.
Well, let's see if we can return him to the pet store.
Get that out of here!
Don't put it on the bar.
Looks like he's dead to me. Yeah. They're taking him up to Dr. Lawrence's office.
He's doing shots of coke.
Wonder what in the world's the matter with him? Checkers?
No, thanks.
That Coke's a nickel.
What, I have to put it in the register? What am I, the butler?
What is your purpose, fat man?
Oh, Doctor, how long could the dog have lived with that amount of poison in him?
Oh, not more than a minute or so, I'd say.
I find myself wondering how he extracted that with a test tube and a pair of tweezers.
200 yards of where you found him, Noah. And the latter part of the distance, he must have been moving slower and slower.
Do they normally do their dog autopsies in the front window?
Mr. Peabody, would you please get that magazine rack in and hurry up about it?
He's got that elderly man doing heavy labor for him.
I want that piano on the 3rd floor.
And no, you're not allowed to take the stairs.
What's this back brace bullshit? Not on my watch. The leaf epidemic has really gotten out of hand.
We live in a garbage town, don't we, mister?
Yep, that's why it's called New Garbageton.
It's full of Nazis and hillbillies.
Built on an old dump that was built on top of an old Indian burial ground.
Forepaws muddy. No mud on hind. Dry leaves mixed with the mud. Red must have been digging somewhere in the woods.
Have you any idea what for, Mr. Wilson?
Well, knowing Nazis, it was probably the Ark of the Covenant.
A body, I think. Minor case.
The little man. Then
Don't worry, it'll come to you. Just let it percolate.
That dude just like rolled up a bunch of blood from a dog and shit and touched another man.
This is how pandemics happen.
This is how you get the Rona.
Mm-hmm.
What search? For the body. State police deputized half the town. Just reach up there, 4th shelf.
English.
The news up in the clock tower. What body are they searching for?
I bet this fella left his bags here.
Well, surely there's no way you could find the body if someone, say, had covered him with 10 to 20 leaves.
See, now some shop owners have a baseball bat behind the counter. This guy had a shovel.
He doesn't have time to waste.
That is not maiming, that is cutting.
Oh, Sarah told me you're up here. Well, why are you packing? Are we going somewhere?
We aren't, dearest. I am.
What are you talking about?
As a rule, men leave their wives because they don't love them, but I must leave you because I do.
Just kidding.
You won't object once you know the kind of man you married.
Are you a furry?
But you are the man I've married, and that's all that matters. Darling, I meant it when I said for better, for worse.
Yeah, well, like Nazi worse.
She wordlessly throws him out their 2nd-story window.
For America!
You couldn't. It was an accident.
No, I meant to kill him. Murder can be a chain, Mary, one link leading to another until it circles your neck. Red was digging at the grave of the man I killed. Yes, your little man.
You killed him?
Well, mostly the fall off the cliff did, but...
The same hands that have held you close to me. Now, are you satisfied to let me go?
Why? Why did you do it?
It's fun. I'm a Nazi. You know.
Far grander, he knew that your father was well-to-do. He knew that Justice Longstreet would be glad to protect his daughter from any scandal by paying a few $1,000s. Oh, Mary, I should have gone away and lost myself in a world where he could never find me, but I loved you, and I was weak.
Ouch.
Darling, if one of us goes, we'll both go. You would have shared half my trouble if I'd had any.
Oh, you beautiful rube.
Charles, what is there to connect you with that man?
My fingerprints, that confession I tucked into his clothes. I spunked all over him.
And you need have no fear.
He was inside me for a while.
But Mary...
Oh, I put a picture of me killing him that I had notarized into his clothes as well.
But I'm already
I recorded everything and sent it to the police.
I'm a part of you.
In fact, I killed him at the police station.
They let me go because I'm white, and I didn't tell them that I'm a Nazi.
The touch of death.
It's nerves. Oh, hold me close, Charles. Hold me close.
Ooh, just a whole mess of bodies over here.
coroner's office.
Yes,
I knew
sir.
darn well it was the same feller. Of course, he's changed some. Being buried in the earth does it. Evening, Mr. Wilson.
Evening, Mr. Potter.
Evening, Noah.
Evening, Mr. Potter.
Mess, ain't it?
Yeah, it's really weird to see a full moon at noon.
What do we do about Mary? We can't leave her alone with him now that we know.
Well, she realizes now that whatever story he told her about Meineke was false.
Duh.
Brain hurt. Slow down, mister.
I think your sister should be ready to hear the truth.
Charles. Will they make me look at the body?
What, like as a joke?
No, our marriage is a joke.
Because I couldn't do it. I mean, I don't think I could. See, I've never seen a dead person.
Like an alive person, but not so much.
Seeing a dead person, no big deal. Smelling a dead person, now that's a whole other story. Tasting a dead person, forget about it.
You didn't eat nothing at dinner.
Isn't that
You'll be
rather a
fainting
lot?
again, Miss Mary.
28 for just you and Sarah.
No.
Oh, we'll
Listen, Mary, for the last time, go fish.
But suppose I should...
Should what?
I don't know. I only know I'm terrified of seeing anybody or being seen.
Mary, you must get tight hold of yourself. If you're determined to go through with this thing, you must know beforehand exactly what you're going to do and say at all times.
Did you have those crazy eyes before we got married?
No, darling. Listen to me. Darling. I am prepared to go to the police.
It's your father, Miss Mary.
Every scene in this movie, Charles looks like he's resisting voices in his head telling him to kill everyone.
And I also agree that he's trying to constantly stop himself from shitting himself.
The diarrhea sweats.
The brisket blitz.
Just a minute and I'll see. He wants me to come over.
Did he ask me to?
He said he wanted to see me alone.
There's nothing unusual about a father wanting to see his daughter, is there? Is there?
No.
No, sir.
All right, Adam, I'll be right over.
Wrong move, bitch.
Don't you think that's rather strange?
Strange? No, strange. Tell you what I'll do. I'll go over to the church and work on the clock while you're with your father. And you can buy and pick me up later.
I'm so afraid. He was so pointed as wanted to see me alone, and his voice sounded so different.
And you know what you're going to say, don't you?
Hi, we're sitting in the dark. Care to join us?
Come in, Mary.
Is something wrong?
Mr. Wilson is here on a very serious matter.
I'm trying to get a surgery so I don't look so much like Ernest Borgnine.
What do you want to know, Mr. Wilson?
You know about the body that was discovered yesterday, Mrs. Rankin.
Yes.
Did you ever meet the deceased?
No.
I
Well,
never met him.
twice.
Have you seen the body?
No.
Well, then, how can you be sure you never met him?
Of course, I can't be certain. Mr. Wilson, do you suspect me of something? If so, what?
Of shielding a murderer.
Well, of course I may have shielded a murderer. I'm a Zaria Maine.
Do you recognize this man?
Jeff Bezos, the Nazi?
For a second, I thought he was going to pull up a picture of her husband kicking a dog.
You know him, don't you? You have met him here in Harper.
No. I've never seen that man, Mr. Wilson.
Judge, would you mind putting out the lights? I've been showing your father some films, and I'd like you to see them, too. I'm on the Allied Commission for the Punishment of War Criminals.
In this film, we're flogging a war criminal's hot, tight ass.
Justice. It's that job that brought me to Harper.
Surely you don't think that... Mr. Wilson, I've never so much as even seen a Nazi.
Well, you might without...
Nazi? What about Nazis? Have you seen them?
Nice.
Like other people, when it's to their benefit.
Seen a Nazi?
A gas chamber, Mrs. Rankin. The candidates were first given hot showers so that their pores would be open and the gas would act that much more quickly.
Down in front!
And this is a lime pit in which hundreds of men, women, and children were buried alive.
Why do you want me to look at these horrors?
All this you're seeing, it's all the product of one mind. The mind of a man named Franz Kindler.
Franz Kindler?
Yes, he was the most brilliant of the younger minds from the Nazi Party. It was Kindler who conceived the theory of genocide, mass depopulation of conquered countries.
All right, let's take off the reel for the Holocaust and put on Porky's.
Western Europe, biologically speaking. Unlike Goebbels, Himmler, and the rest of them, Kindler had a passion for anonymity. The newspapers carried no picture of him. Oh, no, and just before he disappeared, he destroyed every evidence that might link him with his past, down to the last fingerprint. There's no clue to the identity of Franz Kindler, except one little thing. He has a hobby that almost amounts to a mania. Clocks.
You said clocks, right?
Well, that and the other thing.
You yourself.
Well, I'm not quite finished, Mrs. Rankin. In prison, in Czechoslovakia, a war criminal was awaiting execution. This was Konrad Meineke, one-time executive officer for Franz Kindler. He was an obscenity on the face of the earth. The stench of burning flesh was in his clothes.
A little bit of Tide with OxyClean will take the stench of burning flesh right out of those clothes.
He led me here, Mrs. Rankin. And here I lost him. Until yesterday. Your dog Red found him for me. But unfortunately, Meineke was dead and buried. Now, in all the world, there's only one person who can identify Franz Kindler.
Is it LeBron James?
That person is the one who knows definitely who Meineke came to harbor to see.
Why'd you feed me mushrooms before this?
My Charles is not a Nazi.
You were in Rankin's house during the afternoon of the day you were
Where?
married.
Where?
Rankin's house.
Oh, yes, yes.
Did anyone come while you were there?
Well, I did 5 times.
Hard to remember. It's not so long ago. Only 2 weeks. You were hanging curtains.
No, pressure's definitely helping my memory.
No?
Who else was there?
Charles. He came right after his last class, and we were together for more than an hour.
Right, listen, Slender Man, we can work this out.
I know where the children are. They can all be yours. We can work together.
I can bring you an endless supply of children. Just let me live. I know several delicious sauces we can baste them in.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Mary. Wait a minute, Mary.
Release the hounds.
Wait a minute, sister.
I know, Mary, I'm sorry. He has one of the most psychological approaches in our whole Girl Scout troop, but he really sells cookies. So where are we at on that beach, huh?
You know that your welfare and Noah's means more to me than anything, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
You've got to face this thing with complete honesty, sister. Your entire happiness may well depend on your telling me the absolute truth. If Mr. Wilson is right, and you have innocently married a criminal, well, then there is no marriage.
No, I knew he was a criminal.
He drove into town on his motorcycle, greasing his bouffant in his leather jacket.
He wouldn't hurt anyone.
I knew he was a bad boy.
Just changed my mind after he kicked poison into my dog.
Well, then the truth can't hurt him.
You know, this situation right here is exactly why you read someone's bio on dating sites. You don't skim, you read.
Oh, yeah, really pay attention. I mean, it's really easy to skim over, race, the superior one.
He's not one of those people.
And right into traffic.
She has the facts now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it sounded like the music was leading us to a exciting climax. No. No, is that it? No, that's a bus. Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
That she could ever have given her love to such a creature. But we have one ally, her subconscious. It knows what the truth is and is struggling to be heard.
So I've been freezing some Thin Mints. You want to go inside? Yes, please.
Look here, Wilson.
Want to watch Porky's or the Holocaust?
Can we do both? Picture in picture?
Proving that he isn't Charles Rankin. I'm only interested in proving that he's Franz Kindler. How do you propose to do that?
Well, I have a chemical test where I'll dip him into acid, and if he says, I'm Franz Kindler, well, there you go.
If I'm mistaken, she's headed for a breakdown. That's the usual result of a person being inwardly divided. Rankin will recognize this, and that's what I'm banking on. What do you mean? Well, he can't afford to trust a person approaching hysteria. He won't. He'll have to act. He may try to escape before she collapses, which would only be an admission of guilt. Or...
We Wolfenstein his ass.
He may kill her. You're shocked at my cold-bloodedness.
Well, I am half lizard.
You're a father. And it's because you are a father, Judge Longstreet, that I'm talking to you like this.
You know, tip to tip.
Naturally, we'll try to prevent murder being done.
But if it happens, you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet.
That murder is his aim.
And that's when the judge punched him in the face. Uh-oh. I don't need to see his obsession with clocks or the other thing.
It's all coming to a head if you get what I am talking about.
Don't go up there. Or at the very least, wear eye protection.
Ladder.
Mary, there are no girls allowed up here in my treehouse fort.
It was a trap, Charles, just like you said. Mr. Wilson was there. He tried to tell me that you were a Nazi.
Nazi? Not that I recall.
Oh, he thinks he's very clever, that Wilson. His idea was to horrify me into telling him about the little man.
Who did he say he thought I was?
A Nazi. Franz Kindler.
Gingerly push ladder forward.
I didn't tell him anything, and I didn't tell Father anything. I outfaced both of them, Charles.
I did cry and scream and then run away in the end.
At Nazi?
But I didn't tell him anything.
In your class at college, and he'll identify you, and that's all there'll be to it.
What you say is true. He can't touch me. I'm quite safe if you say nothing.
Oh, I won't, Charles. I promise I won't. They can torture him, and I won't tell them anything.
Look, chimes have awakened.
Oh, looks like someone's riled up the village idiots.
We must go down and greet them. We must act naturally.
Yes.
Smile at them, you understand?
Yes.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. We'll face them, darling.
Does look like they're gearing up for a Frankenstein's monster conclusion to this.
Sight to behold. Professor, you sure knocked it off. My hat's off to you.
Congratulations, Mr. Rankin.
Won't the rector be delighted?
What I want to know is, if she's going to chime all night long, how's the body going to get any sleep?
English. English, please.
All of them.
Them chickens of yours is going to be on and off the roost every 15 minutes.
That's a good one, Mr. Potter.
What the hell are you talking about?
Sarah, I've told you I want these curtains drawn. I don't like the sunlight.
I'm going through a goth phase.
Mary, that's rubbish and you know it. Up at the other house.
Walks by and casually uppercuts the maid.
This is my house and I want...
Casually uppercuts the maid. Have to come and need some diagrams.
For the party.
Is it that time already?
You want to shut your maid hole?
Were you able to see when they opened the grave, Mr. Randall? Was it too horrible?
Well, not the most pleasant sight.
Oh, there's Mary. Hello, Mary.
Filling out prescriptions. That's part of this business of hate.
Isn't that your whole job?
Mrs. Rankin.
$1.65.
Okay.
One wrap?
No, thanks.
Sleeping pills. Don't approve of them.
No.
Man does a day's work, man gets a night's sleep.
So when do you think the last time that old lazy fuck had a good night's sleep?
Rankin ordered some ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
Already gone. Fella said he was going past your house, so I give it to him.
Hey, would you mind taking out the trash and wiping my ass before you leave? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Mrs. Rankin.
Wouldn't dream of setting foot outside the house unless Fred were along.
I don't know any of these people.
He might be anywhere. The murderer, I mean, waiting for a new victim.
I hope you haven't forgotten you were kind enough to invite me, Mrs. Rankin.
Oh, no, of course not, Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Potter asked me to deliver this.
Oh, the ice cream is good.
I'll be in the bathroom.
I hope it hasn't melted. Well, I won't detain you any longer.
Yes.
I have a drink for you,
Oh,
Wilson.
just the medicine I need.
You know Dr. Hibbard?
Oh,
Dr.
yes.
Julius Hibbert?
How are you, Doctor?
Excuse me. Yes, surely. Grandma Lawrence, can I get you something?
A quick and painless death.
Where's Dr. Rankin?
Oh, he'll be here in just a few minutes.
I want to have a word with him about that clock.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Bella. Yes, on my last trip. May I get you some?
No, please don't take it.
And what was that Frenchman's name?
The Frenchman's name, probably Smelly McFrog.
There may well be 10 or a dozen graves out there in those woods.
Not 11, huh?
The murder was committed just 3 weeks ago.
May I get you some more
wasn't
tea?
it?
Oh, thank you, no.
Give me your damn teacup.
Jeff, may I get you another
I wish I
drink?
could remember what Anderson says about crime. Oh, there's Rankin. He may know.
Sorry to be late.
I just don't like coming to parties.
Oh, hello there, Rankin.
How are you, Mr. Wilson?
You know the quotation?
To Hibbert?
Emerson.
Quotation?
Commit a crime and the earth is made of glass.
No, I don't.
Commit a crime and the earth is made of glass. Commit a crime.
And you're a stupid ass?
Commit a crime and it seems as if a coat of snow fell on the ground, such as reveals in the woods the track of every partridge and fox and squirrel and mole. You cannot recall the spoken word.
Is this what passed as a party in the 40s?
You cannot draw up the ladder so as to leave no inlet or clue.
Great, it's open mic night.
Do you know you're our #1 suspect in our murder case?
Oh?
So far, you're the only suspect. Potter put the finger on you. He thinks you committed the crime to get possession of some priceless antique.
Drink, Mr. Wilson?
Mr. Rankin, I wish you left that clock alone. Harper was a nice, quiet place until it started banging.
Shut your bitch mouth.
Mary, what's Wilson doing here?
Poetry slam.
You invited him, didn't you? What's he after?
I don't know.
Quit playing with your pearl necklace. I might have to give you another one.
Yes, quite all right.
I remember Friday, Mary.
Yes, all right.
Good night.
Poof! Did you slam my parents' head in the door again?
May I help you, dear?
No! 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 No!
The party guests are just on the other side of the door still.
Mary. That's all right, dear.
All right, they didn't teach me to do this in the Reich. How do I comfort someone?
Maid, can you give me my cattle prod?
It broke, and the beads fell all over the floor. He took her upstairs. When I left, I could still hear her crying.
Well, the floodgates have opened. Her subconscious is almost won.
So, you guys gonna go do something, or are you just gonna let my daughter be murdered?
She's never to leave the house unless I know where she's going. If for any reason I can't be found, she's to be detained.
You're really starting to sound like her Nazi husband, sir.
Don't worry, she won't get by me.
When she snapped those beads, she signed her own death warrant
Yeah, they were some pretty big anal beads.
in our hands. Every time she walks on a slippery sidewalk, is near something that can fall, drives an automobile, anything that could result in accidental death, her life is in danger.
I hate to break it to him, but accidental death could happen pretty much at any point in time.
Charles, the neighbor's shining his spotlight on me again. On the first page of that notepad, it says, Charles's evil plan.
And on the back, a full confession.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Today we will attempt to finish with the career of Friedrich the Grosser, König von...
Oh my, look at the time. What fun we've had today. If you boys would like to do any sort of, oh, Captain, my Captain thing, now would be the time. I have to go. Goodbye.
Frederick the Great to you. 860.
That'd be 85 cents.
Hello?
Oh, Mary.
Sorry, babe. What's up?
You didn't hear the swastika I was drawing, did you?
Can you hear me, dear? I can't speak very loudly where I am, but I want you to understand this. Something very important has come up. You must come to the church immediately. The church tower.
Make sure there are no witnesses. I mean...
Yes, I understand.
I don't want anybody to know that you're going there. Mary, don't tell anybody you're going. Go to the church tower and leave your car in the rear and come in through the back door.
Oh, God. We're not doing that thing again, are we?
The anal beads broke.
I'll prepare the baseball bat. But handle side first this time.
I'll just take my drawing with me to work on later.
Yes, sir.
What's that, Mr. Peabody? You're moved, Professor.
Going someplace? Where to? Well, I asked you where you was going, Miss Mary.
I heard.
Well?
None of your business, maid.
I'm no longer a
Don't make me get the bullwhip.
Well, you ain't been married very long. Wait, Mrs. Rankin.
What is it? I'm in a hurry.
Well, you don't need to go biting my head off.
I am not above uppercutting an old woman into the next floor up and then continuing to fight her up there.
I don't...
If you've got something to say, say it. What is it, Sarah?
I don't know what's got into you lately. Indeed, I don't. You never was mean to me like this back at the old house.
Sarah,
Maybe I've outworn my usefulness.
Well, if you feel like you're not useful anymore, the fireplace is right there.
Go out with some dignity, old bat.
You know it. I'm going to pack my things and leave here. Indeed, I am.
Sarah, I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings.
Would it help if I said you're fired?
Sarah. Now, I couldn't get along without you, and you know that, don't you? Well, don't you?
Honest, Miss Mary?
Yes, honestly, Sarah.
Oh,
Cross
Miss Mary. Oh, Miss Mary.
Sarah. Sarah,
Okay,
please.
you're crushing me. All right.
Sarah, you'll never leave me, will you?
You know how I feel about you, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It's like you was my own daughter, my own little girl. How could I?
Sarah, is this going to be an all-day thing, or can I get on with my business?
Where to, Miss Mary?
Your husband can have Adolf. I want you.
Stop fussing, Sarah. It's a secret.
Uppercut! Uppercut! Uppercut!
What's the matter? Sarah, what's the matter?
My heart.
What's the matter?
I can't breathe. The pain.
All day thing it is.
Please don't leave me. No. Oh, don't leave me.
Lie right there and keep quiet. Keep quiet.
There's got to be a brick around here somewhere.
Stay with me.
I won't leave you. 130, please.
She called 911 and she got that kid?
She got her 911 brother.
I can't get there. Will you go and tell him to please wait for me? And no one's to know where or why you're going. It's important.
He told me not to tell anybody, but then I thought of you and you're not a person, so could you do it? I better go put my good sweater on.
238, please. Hello, may I speak to Mr. Wilson?
Looks like it's coming up for snow.
Yes, that's right.
Mr. Rankin, this game is called I Always Win and You Pay Me. Not you win. That doesn't even... What's that? Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure checkers isn't a game that the two players play simultaneously.
Mrs. Rand, Mrs. Lundstrom. Isn't it after hours? You ladies are working too hard at the library.
Oh, no, Mr. Rankin. We closed as usual at 3:30.
You're perfectly right. I dismissed class 10 minutes early.
Ah!
All right, it's
Ah!
3:44.
Why are we so close? What happened?
Checkers with Mr. Potter, and I didn't realize.
You know what you are, Mr. Rankin? You're the absent-minded professor.
Burn.
Oh, hello. Say nice.
Whoa. Really would have preferred a ladder that's not made out of rubber. Ooh, quite a view I have from down here. How did both of his legs fall off?
You sure are lucky today.
I am.
You sure are.
Good afternoon, Mr. Potter.
Afternoon, Mr. Hill.
I'm sorry, Mr. Potter, I can't find him.
What?
The earmuff.
It's right over there by the mittens.
Come on, Mr. Potter, help us look.
I'm gonna go get my weed whacker to teach you some manners.
You need a good whack off.
You're the latest thing out.
How much do you want for
85 cents.
Well, that's an awful lot.
Well, they come high this year. You want this thing?
Well, I'll keep it.
You don't want my swastika doodles.
Bad influence. I intended only to spend a couple of minutes. You've made me spend the whole afternoon. Look what time it is.
Yeah. I'd like to get even.
It's your move.
Yeah, Professor.
Oh God, another game of checkers. In the planning phase, playing checkers with this guy didn't seem like such a bad thing, but in execution, you know what? I'm ready for everyone to know I'm a Nazi.
Look here, Professor.
Yahtzee.
Well, Mr. Rankin, I'd know that smell anywhere. You're burning an evil plan, aren't you?
Double or nothing?
Oh, he's got a jar of Legos there for snacking.
Afternoon, Mr. Potter.
God should really get some dandruff shampoo.
And who does he have to impress?
Charles?
Why aren't you dead?
You never support me!
He didn't go to the church.
No, Sarah.
Sarah? What about Sarah?
Well, just as I was leaving, Sarah had some kind of an attack. She's resting now.
She's resting in my bed, saying she would get into something a little more comfortable. I don't know what that means, and I think we should burn down the house.
For a guy obsessed with clocks, you'd think he would keep this thing wound.
What's the matter, Charles?
Nothing's the matter.
Nothing? Can't a man agitatedly crank a clock?
You said it was important.
It's important. Nothing actually. It's my sense of proportion is failing me these days.
Please, Charles, why can't you look at me the way you look at clocks?
Do you want me to wear the clock mask again?
It's not the same. You don't go tick, tick, tick.
I could easily do that.
And I can't feel the gears in your undercarriage.
I can't feel your machinery tearing me apart down there, making me a man brisket.
Nothing is I can find out, unless you.
No, I haven't seen anybody all day. I've been in my room.
There's a rumor going around that there's an arrest to be made. My headaches. The incident of the beads yesterday made me doubt your strength. I thought maybe you'd gone to your father and told him something. If you had.
Why did her butt make the sound when she sat?
Why did you tell Noah?
Hmm? Why, what about?
Didn't you see him?
No, why should I see Noah?
Well, did you come here directly from the church?
Am I being cross-examined?
Well, no, but when I found I couldn't leave Sarah, I called Noah and told him to go there and tell you I was detained.
I told you not to call him.
Ah!
Call him
and tell him not to go.
Well, I can't. I talked to him over.
Call him, I say!
He's gone.
If he dies, his blood will be on your hands.
His two facial expressions are fury and suspicious fury.
So that you had to be here on that day. Hanging your stupid curtain! Calling Noah!
Did you kill Noah?
Yes, if he goes to the church and climbs up that ladder.
It's a ladder with a loose rung. It's a death sentence.
It was I you intended to kill, wasn't it?
No.
Why wasn't it I? Franz Kindler! Kill me. Kill me, I want you to. I couldn't face life knowing what I've been to you and what I've done to Noah.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
Don't put your hands on me. Here. Use this.
Oh man, the honeymoon's finally getting spicy. For those looking to date a riff-rafter, I'm Brandon.
Mary.
And I am sorry. The other one's married or junk. I really don't pay attention to what he's doing.
Also, I don't know if this is in your purview, but bring me a sandwich.
I'm pretty hungry. Yes. Bring Brandon sandwich. This has been the sole reason why we created the riff raft.
Sandwich generation.
August the 20 whatever. Sandwich now. If not, death for loved ones.
This has been a ransom video from the riff raft.
Best. And so say goodbye while you can.
Hope you didn't like your loved ones.
The three ghosts of Christmas past told me to buy a turkey.
Mary, I thought I'd have a nervous breakdown in here. Is Mary taking a casserole to the graveyard?
It's a murder potluck?
I'll go for the police.
I decided to wear my wedding dress out so I wouldn't seem crazy.
I decided to wear my wedding dress out to find a better non-Nazi husband.
She's going door to door on a "Will you marry me" drive.
It's going to be easy. We'll do everything possible to bring back.
She's gone, Mr. Wilson. She's not in the house.
Clock tower?
I don't know.
Are we just saying random words? Peanut butter.
Dishwasher.
Scuba.
Call Captain Samuels and the deputies. Get all the help you can. Where?
Also, after we're through with this, can you help me set up an account with the utility company? I'm so sick and tired of living in the dark.
Hurry up now. One of your sister may be still alive.
Oh no, it's ladder suicide. Seriously, what the hell is that thing made out of?
Climbing a ladder one-handed, huh?
That's the ground, all right.
Don't move. I have a gun.
I have a casserole.
You don't need it. I'm alone.
What are you doing here?
I'm bringing you a casserole. Are you not listening?
Pop my shoulder! Ah!
Why should I lie?
You were followed here?
I came by our way.
You impressed that I lifted you up with one arm?
How jacked is that fucker?
You brought the donuts? Good.
I needed the excuse. I was afraid you wouldn't let me out.
What do you want?
I came to kill you.
Well, are we going to wait around all day?
No, Mary, it's you that's going to die.
You were meant to fall through that ladder.
You're going to fall.
I don't mind if I take you with me.
His head looked significantly fatter in that scene. He lost that characteristic nutsack chin.
They searched the woods. I watched them. Here, like God, looking into the lands. I'll hide in the woods. They won't search there again. A day or two, they'll be sure I got out of
When
town.
they find me, they'll know you're still here.
But, darling, you're on the verge of
But
a
are
breakdown. Now you've cracked.
So is this all we're doing for our anniversary?
To an empty church tower in the dead of night. Any child could see you'd wind up killing yourself.
Killing is what led you here.
How did you get up here? Did you just jump up the 5 broken rungs on the ladder?
Look out the window. Look!
Well, that's an old trick, Mr. Wilson. A very poor trick.
Tricks. That's all you know is tricks. I don't need any tricks.
Dick punch.
No matter what happens to me, tricks
Now
will
look
be-
behind you. There's definitely something there.
Herr Franz Kindler.
They got the word that this was happening before it even started.
I like how this is starting. I'd like to see more pitchforks and torches, but
The citizens of Harper. They've come after you. The plain little ordinary people, the ones you've been laughing at, Herr Franz Kindler. Well, you can't fool them anymore. Oh, sure, you can kill me, Mary, half the people down there. But there's no
Half the people down there. How many shots do you think I have in this 6-shooter?
Maybe this is a grenade launcher?
And this room, too, is closing in on you.
It's not true, the things they say I did. It's all their idea. I followed orders.
You gave the orders.
That's the fastest acting case of cholera I've ever seen.
better he's having a Brandon Brisket incident.
A brisketant.
I'm not a criminal.
You are.
Oh, death by clock, please.
My whacking arm.
You bitch.
Give me that gun.
Maybe there's some more bullets later in the chamber. Whee!
This is dangerous. Talk to city planning.
You know what? We're just going to leave him run through on the clock tower as a message.
Wasn't even attached well. Someone could have been crushed to death.
Do a flip, you Nazi bastard! First few rows will get wet.
All right, Mr. Wilson, Mary's safe. Let me give you a hand.
No, thanks.
Hi, what happened?
V-Day in Harper.
Don't get that. Come on down.
No, not until you get me a new ladder. I've had my ankle busted and my head conked. From here on in, my friends, I'm taking it easy.
Well, I'll get you another ladder, Mr. Wilson.
He'll be here in 6 weeks.
The whole town's going on vacation to Maui. Good luck.
Pleasant dreams.
The American hero froze to death in the clock tower. The end.